Well, it is a message that has hit the mainstream, and perhaps we should all be listening.
Punk rock has become almost a battle cry in British society.
Going against the system, going against the norm.
When we think about punk, we often think about the Sex Pistols, the Ramones, the Clash, London, and the mohawk hairstyle and the fashion that comes with it. I'm Ellie Schofield, a young woman from the Glasgow area who's deeply passionate about punk rock music and constantly looking for inspiring, loud and talented women to fill my need for representation in this male-dominated industry. Join me on my journey through Glasgow's stickiest floors, searching for the Scottish women who do not give a damn about their reputation. Douglas MacIntyre has written extensively about the punk scene in Scotland. I met up with him and we talked about the spirit of punk.
Punk music felt redundant after 18 months, really. I think as a spirit, it's definitely there. I mean, I'm 60 now. I'm interested in new music. That's exactly the way that I was when I was infected by punk, because punk created this curiosity, a thirst for knowledge, a thirst for new information. And I still have that. So that to me is a direct descendant of punk. But I also think young people that are making different types of music, whether it's grime or, or just acoustic folk music, to me it's not like really the stylistic form of the music, it's more the approach that makes it punk. And pop, I think a lot of the radical new pop artists, particularly, this isn't my term, they would regard themselves, or do regard themselves as like making feminist pop music. And that to me is, a lot of that is far more radical than just playing loud guitars. So I think there's a spirit there that is part of it, definitely. But I don't think anybody needs a revival of that type of music. They need a revival of that type of spirit.
A band that embodies this spirit is all-women rockers Lungleg. After their short-lived success in the 90s, Lungleg has waited over 20 years to return to the stage.
Hi, we're Lungleg. Hello. We like dressing up as brides sometimes.
I'm Annie. I play guitar in Lungleg and sing. Yeah, I'm Jane and I play bass and sing in Lungleg. We started the band around 1994. No, I think it was earlier than that. Maybe even 92. We can't remember when we started the band asking other women to join. I can't remember having a conversation about it. I think it's just probably the same concept as guys would go, let's start a band, and naturally just go to other men. Yeah. Just naturally, we're asking girls in a way, just instinctively. Yeah, I guess
we'd been at a gig and seen a good female drummer, which was Amanda at the time, and Jade Green, and we were just like, oh, let's see if she's interested. So it was not, I don't think it was a real conscious decision.
It wasn't overly conscious, but I guess as you go on, it was actually as we started playing gigs that it started being more like, oh, you're an all-girl band. So then we would start getting books on bills, all girls, like it was and on the post it'd be all female, and like, but you go to a million gigs, it's all guy bands. I don't see all guy, all my male extravaganza. I think it's just at the time when we were making music, it was the 90s, that there's just this little nugget of space and time from about 93 till about 96, and there just was an explosion of girl bands. I mean, there was so many in Glasgow. About 97 or something, it all went, and everyone sort of, like, we split up 99. Well, we had been doing it for a long time, and me and Philippa, who were in the back, Philippa was one of the last members to join, we decided to move to London.
We had just signed a record deal, ironically, and then we're like, yeah, this is a great time to split up.
Like, our sort of rebirth came from the Since Yesterday documentary, and they started interviewing us before lockdown. They were going to, and then COVID came and we went into lockdown, and then one of my friends who printed our original Lungleg t-shirts, she lost her shop during lockdown, so she was clearing it out and found the old screen prints for our Lungleg t-shirts and sent them to me, and she was like, oh, found these, and then we put them online, and then people were like, I want one, and then
then it spiralled to us getting reissued on Last Night in Glasgow, and then we thought, oh, why not the album. Really interesting. Come back and play. We played a sold out show. What was that venue? That was
Classic Grand.
Classic Grand.
Yeah, it just spiralled, I guess, of just like it gone from like a sort of an interview to a T-shirt to a record to a gig. I would never in a million years thought we were going to play at a gig.
No, we never envisaged that when we started. We're like, oh, this is quite nice. A nice wee thing to keep you busy during lockdown.
I hung out with Tippi from 2000's band The Hedrons and Glaswegian music haven The Hug and Pint. Over a drink we spoke about the lack of female influences as she was starting as a musician.
I think we were all very much supporters of Scottish music, but in terms of it influencing maybe what we didn't have anyone. There wasn't anyone that was doing something similar to what we wanted to do. At the time, bands like Franz Ferdinand was just breaking through. There were lots of great music coming from Scotland, but we were all individually influenced by very guitar-driven bands, and I guess very kind of male. It's more important now to have females in the mainstream so that young people have got role models to look up to. I didn't have any. My role model was Paul Weller, because who else was hanging about?
I met up with Annie and Jane getting ready for an upcoming gig. As I walked in, Jane was doing Annie's tarot reading.
Can I not pick again?
Just pick again. I'll shuffle you're an arsehole, you're an arsehole. You can't pick another one.
You said it's an arsehole.
You can have another one, but everyone knows you're the other one.
Underneath it all, you're like,
oh, that's a
fucking
great
hell,
one.
Is that another arsehole?
No, that's heartbreak.
It's the arsehole.
Three of Swords.
It's like heartbreak.
Scoffield on the internet was singing. On your future specs.
We've got this show coming up, so that's us finally getting back together to start practicing. So we'll try and write a couple of songs, and if we've got something that we can write together, then we'll carry on and we'll try and write a whole album.
I'm really excited. I think it'll be great. It'd be nice to have a rest after the intense hard work getting to December for the reunion, and I think it's quite exciting what we're going to come up with. Completely different for me. I don't feel as nervous on stage. I think when you were younger, you were trying to prove more, or you try to maybe actually make something doing music rather than having to get a proper job. So there was more, it's harder then, and you were more nervous, whereas this time just having fun and just really enjoying it. And when we were playing, there was just so much love in the room, so it was, we could have talked and it didn't matter. I don't know if it's confidence, just assured, rehearsed, practiced, maybe. We didn't used to practice. We didn't used to have a lot of money when we were first in the band, so we didn't practice too much.
All this confidence can't hide the nerves of the comeback.
Oh, I hope they throw tomatoes at us. And shout, "Scabs!" Oh, sorry, how do I hope? I thought I said, how do you think? All right. I hope everyone really likes it. Really.
Hopefully it's role models. Hopefully it makes older women as well that have never played think, fuck it, I'm going to learn something in my later years as well, and give people confidence to do that. Yeah. On the menopause. Fuck the menopause. Yeah.
Definitely there is part of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think Lungleg are amazing. They've always been really exciting band and really exciting ideas. It's really great they're starting to, make music again. I just think that spirit is there, it's not going to change. I think it's important for people, whatever age they are, to really stand up and have fun. It's not an academic exercise to stand up and complain about things or to try and annoy people, but annoying people's a virtue.
With the community always evolving, will the future of punk be women-led? Tippi thinks that the future is already here.
Hopefully audiences will now accept female-led, all-female rock bands more than they did. And they do. Haim, for example, they are playing all the huge festivals and have done so for a long time. So we just need to get the rock chick, the punk chick, at that same level. And I am incredibly optimistic to see a shift in rock music in general, for sure, for females, definitely. It'll be a shift in other people's attitudes, which will be allowing those types of artists to come through, absolutely, and it can only get better.
Today's the day. I'm just about to head to the venue to see Lungleg's return.
This has been Tartan Skirts and Safety Pin Shirts, created by Clara Da Piedade, voiced by Ellie Scoffield, audio by Matthew Crawford Russell, and edited by David Stainbank. This has been an R8 production, brought to you from the Homely D Corridor, headquartered in Pathfoot Building, Stirling University.